Recently, the World Wine Guys, Mike DeSimone and Jeff Jensen, dropped by for some great holiday wine tips. Back to Texas.
Thank you. We're thrilled to be here.
It is always great to be back. And what better way to say welcome back with a glass of
with a
sparkling
toast. There you go.
Right.
All right,
Cheers.
so we're about to hit that
Cheers.
holiday season. Oh, we got to drink first, right?
Oh, yeah, gotta drink.
All right, we're hitting that holiday season, and of course the tough part about it is if you're having dinner at your house and you want to provide all the wine, then it can get awfully expensive. But as you all have said before, a high dollar price tag does not mean that the wine is particularly better.
Exactly.
There are some great things at lower prices.
That is true. And also, you know, when you have your family over Thanksgiving, your friends over, not everyone appreciates like that really, really good stuff. So you really want to go with things that are affordable and also approachable that everyone's going to enjoy.
Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? Here's my secret. I start off with a couple of rounds of the good stuff, and then after they've had enough, they don't even notice that I've got like crazy, like Thunderbirds out there.
You know what? I actually agree with that because a lot of times people save the good stuff for last.
Yeah,
and at that point, you've eaten so much, you've drank so much that your taste buds
Your
are
palate's
dull.
a little
You don't even enjoy it anymore.
And you're a little drunk.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
therein lies my point.
There we go.
Okay.
Exactly.
We started off with the Prosecco here,
Right.
which has been around for quite some time, but we're hearing much more about it. So tell us how it's come in to be much more popular right now.
You know, sparkling wine is always festive, you know, for a holiday. You know, we're in the holiday season now. Christmas is coming on us, New Year's Eve. But, you know, I love champagne, but there's great sparkling wine alternatives. We have sparkling wines from California. We wrote a book about it. We have sparkling wines from Italy. We have sparkling wines from Spain called Cavas. And they're an affordable option for sparkling wine. And you don't have to always break the bank with champagne.
All right, so clarify for us, champagne versus sparkling wine.
Champagne only comes from a region called Champagne that's in France. It's about 90 minutes from Paris. And then so anything else, Prosecco, for example, can only come from a region in Italy called Prosecco.
Okay, so it's like every champagne is a sparkling wine, but not every sparkling wine is a champagne.
Yes!
I was in France. That's what they told me in France.
Santé, mon ami, c'est très bien.
And this is good to go with anything.
Yes.
This is the Enza Prosecco. It's also a beautiful bottle as well, so I think it's great to have that. Maybe get an ice bucket and put that in your entryway, and when people walk in, just diffuse tension, make them feel welcome, hand them a glass.
Give them something to do with their hands. And you know, the sparkling is it's festive, but also the sparkling kind of potentiates the alcohol, gets them a little looser quicker.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of things. You can put berries in it. You can do all kinds of things with
strawberry,
it.
whatever, sure.
All right, what else do we have here?
All right.
Okay, you know, one of the things that we really think about when you do a meal like Thanksgiving, you have first of all, you have a lot of different people. You know, you might have your nephew who's back from college, who's just starting to drink wine.
Steve,
You've got grandma who only drinks Pinot Grigio, Uncle Steve
Who's been drinking his entire life.
Really. Uncle Steve only drinks Cabernet. You know, so it's like, so everybody has their baggage at Thanksgiving. You have a lot of different tastes on the table. Let's make everybody happy and have a variety of wines.
You know what? It's hard enough to get the family around that table that day and decide whose house you're going to do it in. Let's not fight about the wine.
Yeah.
So I really think, so have something that kind of, crosses all palates.
Yeah.
That's why we decided to do, a couple whites, a lighter white, a heavier white, a light red, a heavier red. And that's why we chose these wines. You know, the Baron Fini, this is a really nice, light Pinot Grigio.
It's not Barone Fini?
Oh, Barone.
Fini.
Okay,
The Italian guy says.
Pinot Grigio.
The Barone Fini is a little bit of a light Pinot Grigio, a little airy. You know, Grandma might like this, or your...
Very crisp, very clean, citrusy.
Yeah, you're right. And then I was telling my mom, she's like, I always love to mix it with a little 7-Up, like making a spritzer. I can make a spritzer.
Yeah, my mother loves this too. It's a great wine. It really is.
All right. Yes, it really is. Not too sweet.
Right, exactly.
No, not at all. And then for the light red, now remember we have turkey, which which is a white meat, but it's got some spices on it.
And
we also,
turnips.
for the people who don't really like turkey, there's some people like, I can't eat another turkey in my life. We have the crown roast of pork. We went with a Pinot Noir, and this is
Try the Pinot Noir with the turnips.
This is the Calling Pinot Noir from Russian River Valley, which is one of the finest growing areas areas for Pinot Noir in the United States.
These are really good. Okay,
Right.
of course,
Is that
you guys
good?
are the wine guys. You weren't
Right.
going to bring anything that was bad. But
No.
for the rest of us, we
We
walk
wouldn't do that
over.
to you. Never, never.
We walk over, and there's a sea of choices today.
Right.
Even in your local grocery stores, there's just so much out there. What is a good rule of thumb for us to figure out what it is that we should be
You
buying?
know, it's really kind of easy because, first of all, I'm always going to tell you, drink what you like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're wine experts. We write books about wine. You know, we work at Wine Enthusiast magazine, so we can tell you what's really good. But you know what? If you don't like what we're telling you, don't drink it.
No.
But go into your liquor store, you know, your wine shop, and they have these things called shelf talkers. And they'll usually say 95 points by Wine Enthusiast, 95 points by Wine Spectator. You can pretty much determine that that's a good wine.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask.
Right.
Because
No, exactly.
even in
Ask
some of our
right.
local grocery stores, you have
Right.
sommeliers there.
Right. No, a lot
Exactly.
of people who work in wine shops now are getting their certifications, you know, from different organizations, and they
Right.
know a lot about wine. It's not like the old, you know, like person who only drinks red wine, but that's also
That's
going to
Uncle
work.
Steve.
That's right.
Right.
That's going to work really well with some of the heavier
Yeah.
elements.
This is a really
on
good
the
one.
table.
All right, we're going to move on down here
Okay.
to our sweets.
Now, you don't always have to have wine.
That's
so
right.
we'll talk about the sweets, but you don't always have to have wine. So we're drinking rye with that.
That's right. So it's an all-American. It is actually distilled in Indiana and barreled and bottled in Kentucky. So this is made from rye. That's wow. Hey.
If I didn't have hair in my chest before, I certainly have it now. Wow.
And that goes now. You don't also, just like you don't always have to have wine, you don't always have to have pie. And we've got Feed Your Soul cookies here, so you can have those as an addition or an alternative to pie. And actually,
I say I go for the addition.
there we go.
Yeah.
With the pie, too.
That's-
Yeah.
And these can also make little great party favors as you leave. Walk off with a bag of
Exactly.
cookies, right?
Exactly. I think, actually, aren't you giving some to the studio audience
We
today?
are. Everyone in our live studio audience is getting treats from Feed Your Soul. And you know what? I can tell how this rye and how
Yeah.
this works
Yeah.
with the sweet stuff here.
It does, because the nice, you know, it's a little higher alcohol, obviously. It's 46% alcohol, that's 92 proof. So it will either grow the hair on your chest or take it off. depending
Whichever
on
you
what
need.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to make my own vintage right now.
All right.
Okay, little rosé.
There you go.
All right.
A little rosé.
That's what we call-
A little sparkling rosé right there.
All right.
And then let's see, one more. And this is going to be a whole different vintage. That's
No.
either-
You're not going to drink that, are you?
Yes, she is. Wow.
Wow.
You're going to want to write about this one.
This-
You're going to want to write about this.
That is a Texas-sized glass of wine.
There you go.
We love that in
And if they were
Texas.
all good to begin with, this is Mo better. Guys,
Exactly.
thank you very much. And for more information on what wines to pair with your holiday dinners, or if you just want to heighten your wine IQ,